Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're having a great summer. So over the past couple of weeks I've been running a pretty interesting experiment. I've been testing this expert advisor on demo account from MetaTrader's MQL community called Dark Venus. I've made few videos about it already. You can check out the playlist down in the pinned comment. Anyway, long story short, I basically approached this expert advisor as a clever consumer, and I've used AI to set it up. As I've mentioned before, this is a grid bot, and as I've mentioned in my previous video, the best conditions for this type of expert advisor is the ranging markets, or in other words, sideways markets. So for that I've chose the demo account on the Euro GBP pair of Forex. And last week the market was indeed ranging. It went sideways, and if you will notice in my previous video in the playlist, you can see that it generated over the first week some profitable trades. But now the second week have passed and the market conditions on Euro GBP shifted a bit, and we have some new results. So before jumping onto my computer and seeing the screen, I'd like to point out that today is June 22nd, Monday. 1 week have passed and I'm updating this video playlist. So without further ado, let's jump onto my screen and see what's what. So this is my MetaTrader terminal. As you can see, I have 4-hour candle set up right here just to better overview the chart. But for the execution, the expert advisor is trading on 15-minute chart. Now, if you recall, last week I've showed you some profitable trades for this pair of Forex. I've also mentioned that that particular week were literally sideways markets, so exactly the conditions for the grid bot to perform. And for the last week, as you can see in the current chart, the market conditions shifted a bit. We have a bit of a spike in a price action right here. And also, if you recall, last week we had some floating positions. I've also noted down that 2 of those floating positions were basically buy and sell. I'm not sure which one of those, but I've noted down that this is the common problem with the grid bots, because as they are driven by mostly Bollinger Bands, it can definitely think that the price action is reversing and go ahead and start trading in different direction against the current trend. So that's a thing you should be aware about when considering trading on the grid bot. And the last week, now that those floating positions have realized, we had some profitable trades, but as you can see, from these 2 negative trades right here, the losses usually burns down the whole profitable trades in these grid bots. And right now we are currently at negative 4.11 euros or dollars. I'm not sure what currency I've selected for this demo account. I guess with this experience I'm trying to establish the point that the expert advisors are never set and forget. If you are really using your expert advisor, what you should do always is just keep on checking the market conditions and adjust your settings if you feel that conditions are shifting, because if you keep your current settings for your expert advisor, you are almost guaranteed to become negative. And another reason I'm doing this experiment right here is for this. Look guys, it's pretty simple. If we open our MetaTrader terminal, go into Tools and MQL5 Marketplace, and we go ahead and click Expert tabs right here. We scroll this down a bit. In the drop down menu we click Free, and right here we are opening the Dark Venus MetaTrader's download link right here. And as you can see, it has 4.7 stars, 1000 reviews. Everyone's saying that this is a great expert advisor. It could be, And if you will notice the dates of these reviews, it's pretty recent. I think this one was made today actually. So the comments just keep coming on. The point is that these landing pages are always flashy and highly reviewed. Almost makes you think that it's pretty easy and almost set and forget, which is not. You should always do your due diligence with these expert advisors. Go into web, go into forums and read everything you can. Also, if expert advisor happens to have a input conditions that you can set up a strategy by yourself, always make sure to browse the internet and perhaps find yourself some pre-made templates which could be actually good, but it's not guaranteed. The point is, it's easier to get tricked by all of these flashy titles and stars, but you always have to keep your vigilance and stay safe out there. Another thing I really want to mention that I'm not affiliated with this expert advisor anyway. You should always stay safe and do your own risk management. Especially with expert advisors, you have to have some room for your positions to breathe, but do not go over the top. Always invest capital you can afford to lose. Now for this experiment in particular, I'm not gonna change any type of settings for now. I will leave this as it is for at least 1 month. We'll see what happens then. In my first video, I've uploaded in the pinned comment the file of the input settings, which you can go ahead and download from my Google Drive. I've noted down all the changes I've made with AI for this particular file and all of my input settings, so you can keep track of all of that. I will relink everything in my pinned comment as well. And that will be it for this week. I don't want to overextend this video. Guys, if you like this content that I'm making, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. It means so much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.